Don't scroll. This is a true story. A modern version of something ancient. But it happens more than you think. Her name was Talia. His name was Aaron. And what he did in the name of love still sends shivers down her spine. Talia was just 20. Smart. Quiet. Always kept to herself. She lived with her dad, Pastor Dean. A good man. But too busy running the church and raising 7 kids to notice the little things. Aaron was her half-brother. Not by blood. Same dad, different moms. But they were raised in the same house like siblings. Kind of. Aaron was 23. Popular. Loud. A natural charmer. And everyone knew he got what he wanted. Even Talia. He trusted him. Even when he started texting her late at night. Just checking on you, he'd say. Or, you're the only one who gets me. He thought it was sweet. He was older. Proactive. Funny. He brought her snacks from the store, helped her with her college essays. Sometimes, he'd brush her hand. Too long. Look at her. Too long. But she didn't think anything of it. Until one day he asked if she wanted to skip church with him. Just them. Go to the lake. Talia said yes. The lake was quiet. No one around. He brought sandwiches, music, a blanket. She laughed. It felt normal. But then, he said, "You know I love you, right?" She looked at him confused. "Of course, you're my brother." He leaned in. "No, Talia. I love you. Not like that. Not like family." She froze. "I need to go." But he grabbed her harder. "Just listen. Please." She shook her head. "I have to go. This isn't okay." He didn't let go. Aaron stopped smiling. His voice changed. If you tell anyone, no one's gonna believe you. They all love me. I'm Pastor Dean's golden boy. You're just the quiet girl." She ran. Fast. He didn't follow. But that was just the beginning. Talia didn't tell anyone. Not yet. She felt dirty. Confused. Was it her fault? Aaron started avoiding her. Then started telling people she was acting weird. Whispers started. And Talia broke. But that's not the end. Because what Aaron didn't know was that truth has a way of finding its voice. And when it does, it shakes the walls. Want to know what happened when Talia finally spoke up? What Aaron did next? And how the church reacted? Then stick with me. It's darker, realer, and nothing like what you're expecting. Subscribe now. And share this if you know someone who's ever felt unheard, unseen, or unsafe. They need to hear this story. Subscribe. Because everything's about to unravels. The masks come off. And secrets that have lived in shadows for years finally come into the light. This is where everything changes. She thought speaking up would save her. Instead, it almost destroyed her. But what came next was bigger than she imagined. If you are just joining us, go watch from the beginning. Then come back. Because this is the storm before the reckoning. Talia didn't say a word for 3 weeks. Not about what Aaron did to her at the lake. Not about the threat. Not about how she'd cry in the shower so no one would hear. But silence has a weight. And hers was suffocating her. One night, during youth group at church, her cousin Naomi found her curled up in the bathroom. Talia's face was pale. Hands shaking. Naomi sat beside her on the floor. "I don't know what happened," she whispered. "But I know you're not okay. Please tell me." Talia broke. Right there, between the stalls and the tile, she told her everything. Naomi begged her to tell her dad. Talia was scared, but tired of pretending. That night, she waited until Pastor Dean was in his office. Alone. She walked in, sat across from him, looked him in the eye. "Dad," she said. "Aaron tried to come on to me." He blinked. Didn't move. Just stared. Talia told him everything. The lake. The things he said. How he grabbed her. When she finished, there was silence. Then her dad leaned back in his chair. "Are you sure?" he asked. Maybe he was just being playful. "You two grew up together. He wouldn't hurt you." Her stomach dropped. It was like she hadn't spoken at all. "I believe you think it happened," he added. "But this is serious. You need to be careful with your words." Talia left his office feeling smaller than ever. 2 days later, Aaron was called into the office. He came out grinning. He told Talia, "Nice try," then winked. The next Sunday, the pastor announced that Aaron was being sent to serve at a new campus. No explanation. No accountability. Talia's name was never mentioned. But people whispered. Her older sister said, "You could have ruined his life." Her aunt texted, "God sees all. Be careful not to sow lies." Even Naomi stopped returning her calls. Talia couldn't take it anymore. So she wrote. Every night in a private blog under the name, "Not Your Sister," she told her story. No names. No locations. Just truth. Weeks passed. Then the messages came. Other girls. Same kind of stories. Same kind of churches. Some even mentioned a guy named Aaron. It hit her like a punch. This wasn't just about her. Aaron wasn't a one-time mistake. He was a pattern. And he had to be stopped. Talia found a journalist. A woman who had written about abuse in churches before. They met at a coffee shop downtown. Talia brought everything. Screenshots, texts, journals, names. The journalist sat in silence. Then she said, "If you're ready, I'll publish this. But once it's out, there's no going back." Talia looked her dead in the eye. "I've already lost everything. Now I'm taking back my voice. Not just Talia's, but 5 other women. The church. The family. Everything's about to explode. Because what lives in the dark never stays hidden forever." If you're still watching this, share it. Comment, "I hear you" if you've ever felt ignored. And subscribe because next is where the masks comes off. For good. Aaron thought she was weak. But Talia? She's just getting started. He thought she'd fold. Thought she'd run. But she stood up. And when she did, she didn't stand alone. This is the part where the truth explodes. And nothing, not even the church, can hide it anymore. If you've been following from part 1 and 2, then buckle in. Biz now. It's real. The article dropped on a Tuesday. Headline. Youth leader accused by 6 women, church allegedly covered it up. Talia's name was still private. But Aaron's wasn't. And within hours, it went viral. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. People were talking. Not just women from that church. But from other churches. Other states. Different names. Same stories. The comments section was brutal. "This happens way too often. My cousin was in that church. She left last year and wouldn't say why. I knew something was off with him." Aaron tried to post a vague denial. God knows the truth. Stay prayed up. But it backfired. Hard. The church board called an emergency meeting. Live streamed. Pastor Dean stood at the pulpit. His voice shaky. "We are heartbroken. We had no idea." Talia watched from her room, fists clenched. Lies. He knew. She told him. In the comments section of the live stream. "You knew. She warned you. Covering for your son makes you part of it." People started pulling out old photos, videos, even sermons where Aaron preached about purity. Hypocrisy was everywhere. Church donations dropped. Members left. And then, an even bigger blow. One of the other girls, her dad was a lawyer. And he wasn't playing games. He filed a civil lawsuit against Aaron. And against the church. For covering it up. For negligence. For emotional damage. Suddenly Aaron went quiet. Deleted all social media. And Talia? She felt something she hadn't in months. Power. Talia got a call one night from a private number. She almost didn't answer. But she did. "Aaron's being arrested," the voice said. "There's new evidence." Turns out, one of the girls had secretly recorded him. A confession. Clear as day. And that was it. The mask was off. For good. Talia finally posted on her blog. Not anonymous. Not hidden. She used her real name. She wrote, "You tried to break me. But I'm not the one who should be ashamed. I was a sister. You were a monster. No. You're not my silence anymore. You're just a headline." That post got over 1 million views. People sent messages from all over. "Thank you. You gave me courage. I thought I was alone." She wasn't. Not anymore. Talia's story isn't rare. That's the worst part. It happens in homes, churches, schools, everywhere. And most of the time, the girls are never believed. But that's changing. Because girls like Talia, they're done staying quiet. Share this story. Let it be a warning. Let it be a shield. Let it be a spark. Comment below. We believe you. For Talia. And for every girl still waiting to be heard. Subscribe to the channel for more stories that shake the silence. More truths. More justice. This isn't the end. It's the start of something louder. The truth came out. The world saw the headlines. The masks fell. But when the dust settled, she was still alone. This is the part they don't show. After the storm, when the noise dies down, and the silence comes back. This is what happened to Talia after the story ended. The lawsuit dragged on. Aaron got a plea deal. No jail. Just probation, counseling, and a no-contact order. Talia didn't even get a phone call. No apology. No justice that felt real. The church. They released a statement. Committed to healing and restoration. But they never said her name. Never said what they were restoring. People moved on. Aaron disappeared from social media. Got a job in another city. Changed his name on Facebook. Like none of it ever happened. Talia's own family never really asked how she was doing. Her dad never brought it up again. Acted like it was a chapter best forgotten. Her sisters stopped inviting her to family events. It's just awkward when you're there. And her mom was always praying for peace. But never once said, "I'm sorry that happened to you." Talia realized something painful. She lost her voice to Aaron. And her family never tried to give it back. So she started rebuilding. Alone. Therapy. Writing. Speaking at small women's groups. Not everyone listened. But the ones who did heard her. One day after speaking at a local event, a girl approached her. Maybe 17. Shaking. She whispered. He was a youth leader too. Talia didn't say anything at first. Just hugged her. Because that's what she wished someone had done for her. She later read the full story of Tamar again. The Bible didn't say she got justice. Only that she lived desolate in her brother's house. Forgotten. Silenced. And somehow Talia felt connected. Because Tamar didn't get closure. Neither did she. But she survived. Talia decided to build something in her city. A small bench at the local park. Engraved on it were 5 words. "You are not your silence." Below it, "In memory of Tamar." And all the Talias. Talia didn't get the justice she wanted. She didn't get her family back. Still out there, probably pretending to be a changed man. But she got something else. She got her voice. She got her truth. And she got to live free from the shame they tried to place on her. That's more than Aaron will ever have. They always talk about what was done to her. But they never talk about what she became after. She became fire. She became thunder behind quiet eyes. She became a story that girls would whisper to each other. And feel brave again. Me. I tell her story now. Not for justice. Not for revenge. But so no girl ever has to sit in silence again, wondering if she matters. Because she does. And if you're still watching, maybe you're her too. So don't forget this. You are not what was done to you. You are what survived. And that is more powerful than any secret ever kept. If this story moved you, share it. Comment she survived. Subscribe for more stories that honor the unheard, the unseen, and the unbroken. Because silence doesn't protect us. Truth does.